Hey guys, here's another articles related about the reducing food. Okay, 29 smart and easy tips to reduce food waste. Okay, so another typical article calling for reducing food waste. Okay, well, let's check it out. Childhood meals, feeding peas, peas, peas,
Peas.
peas. Okay, feeding peas at your sister, hiding more peas under the mashed potatoes, and being scolded by an adult for promoting the consumption of said peas. Clean your plate. There are starving kids in Africa. At a young age, we learn to feel guilty for wasting food while other people don't have any. And maybe you should, because here's something astounding, shocking. Yeah, shocking. Okay, the amount of food waste produced globally each year is more than enough to feed nearly 1 billion hungry people in the world. So we have not to waste any food. We have not to waste food anymore. Okay, 1 billion people. We can feed more than 1 billion people in the world if you don't waste food. But does that mean we should stop ourselves even when we are full? No, that's not helping anybody. So what's a peel-hating child turned adult to do? First of all, don't let the guilt paralyze you. Cutting back on food waste is incredibly easy, and we've made it even simpler by putting together 29 tips designed for reduced food at the grocery store, at home, and during meals. Okay, sir or madam, weighs a lot. The need to know. Experts tend to differentiate between food loss and food waste. Food loss occurs when food is thrown out or somehow decreases in quantity during processing it. Before it hits supermarket shelves. For example, before it hits supermarket shelves, is mostly an issue in so-called developing countries. Food waste, on the other hand, tends to be a major issue in developed countries such as the United States. It refers to situation when food makes it to the end of the food supply chain, but still doesn't get consumed currently. One third the quantity. 1/3 of food produced for human consumption is lost or wasted globally. That's about 1.3 billion tons of non-worthy edible per year, and less than a quarter of it could feed hungry people the world over. Unfortunately, the United States is currently one of the largest culprits. Largest culprits in this waste-making racket. See the video bomb. Some sources estimate Americans as much as 40% of our food supply every year, and food waste is one of the largest components of solid waste in the United States landfills. Oh, come on, so much components. And we're not just wasting food. All those groceries in the trash add up to almost $165 trillion annually. Not to mention the environmental resources that we waste in growing food not thrown away. Wasted food creates billions of tons of greenhouse gases, major culprits in climate change. It's the biggest reason, okay? Major culprits in climate change, and needlessly consumes precious land and water resources. All of these numbers are so startling. Startling, that the United Nations have recently begun a new global campaign, Think Eat Save, dedicated to combating food waste by consumers, retailers, and the hospitality industry. Now we're all sufficiently depressed. It's time for the good news. We as individuals can implement small changes that make a big difference in the amount of food we throw away each year. Just pick and choose from our list of tips for reducing food waste below, or go hog wild and do them all. Hog, okay?
Hog.
Wild. Go hog wild, okay? Waste not your action plan. Other stores. Point 1. Shark Smart. Plan meals, grocery lists, and avoid impulse buys. This way you're less likely to buy things you don't need and that you're unlikely to actually consume. Buy items only when you have a plan for using them, and wait until perishables are all used up before buying more. Check out these apps for extra easy meat planning. All this, yeah. Eat all of your foods before you making a new buy other groceries, okay? Point 2. Buy exactly what you need. For example, if a recipe calls for 2 carrots, don't buy a whole bag. Instead, buy loose produce so you can purchase the exact number you use. Likewise, try buying grains, nuts, and spices from bulk bins so you can measure out exactly what you need and don't overbuy. Post-buy means overbuy, okay? Just know that there's a difference between buying in bulk and buying from bulk bins. The first one can actually create more waste if we buy more than we can realistically use. Bonus: this tip will save some cash to boot. Okay. It will save your money to boot. Point 3. Be realistic. If you live alone, you won't need the same number of apples as a family of 4, unless you really like apples. If you rarely cook, don't stock up on foods that you have to be cooked in order to be consumed, such as baking supplies or dried grains and beans. Point 4. buy funny-looking produce. Many fruits and vegetables are thrown away because their size, shape, and colors are cosmetic. Okay, or colors don't quite match what we think these items should look like. But for the most part, these items are perfectly good to eat, and buy them at farmers market or the grocery store. Helps use up food that might otherwise be tossed. Point 5. Have a plan B. Let's say that you buy camembert.
Camembert.
You buy camembert to make a fancy dish for that fancy dinner party, and then the dinner party is cancelled. Don't toss the cheese. Instead, come up with a backup recipe and use it in a different dish, or just eat it plain. Because, come on, it's cheese. At home, you can do what? Point 6. Practice people. What is people? It stands for first in, first out. People, okay? First in, first out. When unpacking groceries, move both the products into the front or the fridge or freezer, pantry, and something like that, and put new products in the back. This way, you're more likely to use up the older stuff before it expires. Monitor. Point 7. Monitor what you store away. Designate a week in which you write down everything you throw out on a regular basis. Doesn't have a loaf or bread each week. Maybe it's time to start freezing half that loaf the moment you buy it, so it doesn't go stale before you'll be able to eat it. To go stale. Point 8. Take stock. Okay. Take stock. Note a common expiration dates on foods you already have at home. Plan meals around the products that are closest to their expiration. On a similar note, keep a list of what's in the freezer and when each item was frozen. Place this on the freezer door for easy reference, and use items held before they pass their prime. Okay, and the next, please take a quick 1 minute survey, 1 minute checkup. Okay, your answer will help us improve the best. Point 10. Eat leftovers. Bring back then for work or school for a free packed lunch. If you don't want to eat leftovers the day after you cooked, freeze and save them for later. Just remember to know when you froze them, and so you can use them up in a timely fashion. Okay? Time is all about the timing at this point. Point 11. Use it all. When cooking, use every piece of whatever food you're cooking with. Whenever possible, for example, leave the skin on cucumbers, potatoes, sauteed broccoli stems along with the florets. What is florets? The florets. They taste good too, we promise. And so on. Bonus skins and stems often help provide additional nutrients to our body for our bodies. Point 12. Store better. If you regularly throw away stale cereal, stale crackers, etc., try storing them in alright containers. This should help them keep longer. Or, of course, just buy fewer of these products. Point 13. Repurpose leftover scraps. Okay, so much scraps. We want to throw away. Use vegetables and meat scraps in homemade stocks and use citrus fruit. Okay, citrus fruit rings and zest. Citrus fruit rest and zest to add flavor to our meals. We want more ideas? Check out these resources for using leftover scraps. You need a chef to teach you to do that. But it's not that hard. You can check some videos on YouTube. There are many chefs or cook that teach you use this citrus fruit rings. Okay, or any other vegetable and meat scraps to add flavor to your dinner, to your lunch. Okay. Point 14. Check the fridge. Make sure it's functioning to add maximum efficiency. Look for tight seals, proper temperature, etc. This will ensure that the fridge keep food fresh as long as possible. Okay, machine. Okay, check your machine. Storage machine. Okay, refrigerator. Preserved produce. Produce doesn't have to be tossed just because it's reaching the end of its peak. Sour fruit can be used in smoothies. Okay, smoothies is always a good way to make use of the fruits, especially those fruits doesn't go spoiling. It just go. It's just not reaching its end of its peak. Okay? It's just reaching the end of its peak, but still not go spoiling. Okay. Wilting vegetables can be used in soups, etc. And both wilting fruits and veggies. Okay. Veggies can be turned into delicious, nutritious juice. Point 16. Donate what you won't use. Never going to eat that can of beans. Donate it to Fruit Kitchen before it expires so it can be consumed by someone who needs. Help people, okay? Share it with the people who need. Check out this resource to locate a food bank near you. Food bank is important social system to help people. A secure system to help people who are in need. Donate the gross stuff. 2. Many farmers happily accept the fruit scraps for feeding pigs or adding to a compost heap. Yes, farmer, the lands. Compost heap. To find farms near you, check out one of these resources. 18. Store food properly in the fridge. Learn how and where to store specific products in the fridge, and they are likely to keep longer. Hint: they don't call it a produce drawer for nothing. Point 19. Store things properly in the freezer. Same as about how and where we store products in the freezer makes a difference in how long they'll last. Point 20. Canning. Got more fruits than you know what to do with. Try canning it or into the bottle, okay? Package into a can. Get into the proper bottle. Get into a proper size bottle, okay? Canning it. Seal it, okay? So it'll last for months to come. Plus, who doesn't love eating fresh peaches in winter? Who doesn't love eating? Yes, people always love to eat the fresh fruits. Pickle it. Pickle. Okay, pickle it. Most fruits and vegetables can be preserved through the easy pickling process. Bundle. Pickle is package it, okay? Point 22. Understand expiration dates. Turns out those expiration dates don't always have to do with food safety. Rather, they're usually manufacturers' suggestions for peak quality. If stored properly, most fruit, even meat, stay fresh several days past the use-by date. So it's just a reference. The use-by this term or use-by is just a reference, okay? If a food looks, smells, and tastes okay, it should be fine. If any of these elements are off, then it's time to toss it. Point 23rd. 22nd, okay, not 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Compost hay potato skins. Don't feel like turning wilted vegetables into soup stock. No worries, fruit scraps don't need to be tossed. Just start a compost pile in the backyard or even on the backyard, okay? To feed the flowers, feed the plants, or even under the sink, and convert food waste into useful resources. Okay, and what can we do during meantime? Point 24. Check in with your belly. Check in with your belly. Check in with your belly. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the solution to the clean your plate issue. Simply take a moment to ask your body what it wants to eat and how much, and then serve yourselves that, or simply start with less food on your plate. If you want more, you can always go back for it. But this way, you won't find out that you're full and still have a heap on food in front of you. Okay, still have a heap of food in front of you. In fact, one study found that reducing portion size is an easy way to reduce food waste. Point 26. Splitting the dishes. If you eat it now, split the dish with a friend so you don't waste half of the giant portion size found at many restaurants. Cheap, okay? Restaurant, don't waste food, okay? Point 26. Take home leftovers. Even if you are not into splitting meals, those portion size don't have to be wasted. Just act to take leftovers home. Bonus echo points. If you bring your own reusable container and you gap yourself or bring down to the next day, yes, you also take home leftovers. Means you are prepare for your next meal at the same time. Okay. Meanwhile, you get yourself a free lunch the next day. Okay. Point 27. Share made a quadruple. What does it mean? Oh, quadruple. Four times.
Quadruple.
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 Quadruple recipes of a casserole. Quadruple recipe of casserole you ended up disliking. Give it to friends, family, and neighbors. They are likely to be grateful for the saved money and time. 20.28. Go tradeless. Okay, when eating cafeteria, a shop. Okay, cafeteria, buffet, cafeteria. Skip the tray. Doing so is associated with a reduction to food waste, possibly because it's harder for people to carry more food than they can actually eat. Cafeteria, buffet, or any restaurant, any types of restaurant. Okay. 20.29. Educate other people. Sure, nobody likes devil donut at the dinner table, but turns out simply being aware of the issue of food waste can help make people attentive to wasting less. If you are very kind people, you can reduce your food waste to help more than 1.3 people in the world. You can help people near or around you. You can help the planet. You can help the environment if you reduce your food waste. Okay. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Here's another article today.